Oh.
So, Mommy, can you please my next week?
Yeah, we're gonna go to Twix this weekend.
Okay, Mommy, can we go on this weekend right now?
I got the heart back.
Oh, Cheryl, I love it. Do you like it? Don't you?
Never, yeah, we did the mitering on this. I wondered if I should have mitered it to make it.
Okay, Jessica, I love the fact that you're out and about. You must be extremely neat.
Oh my God.
How is everybody this morning?
Good.
Good. I'm just waiting for Andrea to come on. She's in Tennessee this week, so hold on just a second.
Are you ready to leave?
No. I don't think I'll ever be ready to leave. That's the problem.
What time is it?
Our flight's actually not until Saturday morning. It's a direct flight from Hilton Head
Oh,
to,
you changed it.
yeah.
Mommy, can we open it on 5:40? Mommy, it's 5:40 house. 2:40.
Okay,
2:40.
Andrea, good morning.
Hi, Larissa.
That's my picture.
Okay.
Do you ever find yourself, Sharon, focusing more on one side of the canvas than the other? I started out on two sides and then I sort of focused more on. the
Yeah, put that
side.
back.
That's what we're doing.
No.
No?
Yeah, no.
We're just waiting for Andrea, who should be here any second. Good morning to everybody, though.
A lot of Zoomers.
Yeah,
Michelle,
yeah.
while we're waiting, were you able to bring the stitch guide in for me, my,
When do you come back?
I can be there maybe on Saturday. I'm here. I couldn't come, didn't have class tomorrow and I couldn't come today.
Okay, so I'm gonna just email it to you,
That'd be great.
okay?
Perfect.
So I'm just finishing up a few more pieces, but I'll email it to you. So,
Okay.
but I think you're in a good place right now, because remember, we keep changing things around on you, and it's like, I'm looking at what we originally did, and I'm like, we keep changing this around on the poor thing.
That's okay. I'm good.
And while we're
What
waiting
about the
for
red?
Andrea, so for your sack, you have like a brown velvet, and then you have a straw silk in a variegated brown. And if you can either choose to do both sacks, but you know that if you do, we just need to get you another piece of canvas or
Oh,
one
I know.
sack. You have to, because you have two sacks. So we're like, you can do them both that way, or you can choose not to. So
Okay.
it's up to you. Can you text Andrea?
I'm here. She's on.
Oh, you're on? How come I can't see
Hi,
you?
Andrea.
Go
Never mind.
gallery view. She's
Okay,
there.
all right, I'm gonna
I can
pin
see you.
Andrea. Morning, Julie. I can't hear you because you're
Good-
off, you're
Good
muted.
morning. Yeah.
Okay, Julie, do you need anything else but the Very Velvet?
I would like to stitch a separate sack. So are you gonna send canvas for that?
You didn't get canvas for that? I will send you canvas for that. So, because it's all going out. to-
Okay,
I'll make sure that goes out in yours. So it should have been in your
Okay,
original
and I think-
package, but who can't hear anything?
oh, you know what? Maybe it
Okay. All right, good morning, Kathy.
is.
So,
I have it, Michelle.
you have it? Okay.
Yes, sorry about that.
No, that's totally fine. It would have been just as easy to send you another piece.
Oh,
Bev,
no.
Yes.
Do you need anything else but the Very Velvet? Because I'm sending out a package to you today.
Let me look while we're on this call.
Okay, and
Let's
then
see.
just either text
The Very
me
Velvet is
is for the sack. The Very Velvet is the white.
the white. Okay.
Yeah.
Let me just look while we're
Okay.
talking and I'll let you know.
All right, so, we're gonna go over the sack today. Good morning. And how the sack is, how you're going to stitch it and outline it. And then after you stitched it, you're gonna put it aside. Okay? So when you are stitched, so you have 2 threads for it, or you will have 2 threads, because remember, one of the threads that we were waiting for so impatiently was the Very Velvet. So that's in, and if you don't have it, you will have it in the next few days because it's going out. So you'll have a straw silk, and then you have a Very Velvet in white. Those are your 2 colors for your sack, and that's all you need for the sack. You were given it last week, but that's all right. I'll make sure you
No,
get
I
it.
didn't get any help with things last week.
Because I handed them all out to everybody. You got one. I'll make sure you get one. Just, so, okay, Andrea,
Yes,
are you ready to roll?
I am ready to roll.
Okay, so here's your plain piece of canvas, everybody. Okay, so go for it, Andrea.
Okay, so you can stitch it on
anything today.
or you can do a 3D kind of pouched out pooched pouch. So if you don't want to do the 3D pooched out patch, then just stitch your pouch on this original canvas, just like we're stitching the extra piece of canvas. So you can go either way. What you're going to do is the top red part.
Wait a minute, you want
You're
to tell
gonna
them,
need-
go back and, has everybody traced their canvas?
No.
I'm getting there.
Okay, all
Yeah, I'm
right,
getting-
step
so-
back first to that.
Yeah, so on the top is the others are upstairs. Sorry, I've got windows being replaced. On the top part, the red part, you're gonna stitch in any of the reds that you got in your pouch, and you're gonna do it in a crisscross Hungarian. But you also need to stitch the red part on your main canvas, either in a tent, basket weave, or the crisscross Hungarian, because some of that can be seen once you put the pouch on. So what you're gonna do is, see if I can get this, can you see it? Can you see my canvas?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes,
Yes, okay. So you're just gonna make a photocopy of your piece. You're going to cut out the pouch part of the photocopy, just a piece of paper. You're gonna take your 18 count canvas and you're gonna lay it down. Then you're just gonna take a pen or a pencil and you're just gonna trace the outline of the pouch. This is how it's gonna start to look. You guys see
make it
that?
a little bit bigger than your photo.
So like 2 threads, 2 stitches bigger?
Yeah,
Yeah, and if you want your pouch to poof out a little bit more, if you plan to put something in it, you can actually go out 3 or 4 and give it a little bit more poof. Or you can keep it with just a little bit of poof at about 2 rows on each side. So once you do that, you're actually going to on the opposite side. So you're going to have to be able to turn it over. But once you get the first row going, you know exactly how far to go back and forth till you get to the bottom. If you're going to stitch it on this side, the blank side, so that you don't see your pin marks on the other side. So make sure you do all your stitching on the back side. And then all I did was just put this underneath. So I'd know exactly where to put the crisscross Hungarian. Okay. So then yes. So then did the V, and then in the V part up here, the crisscross Hungarian fits in there very nicely across the top, and stitch a couple extra rows of the crisscross Hungarian across the top.
Andrea, can you move your canvas up closer
ma'am.
to, we can't see you. You
Can't
gotta
see
go
the canvas. Move it over some more.
over to the right, maybe. Over to your right.
Paper and go get my needle point
There?
out, my needle point thing.
It's a little better.
Okay.
Downstairs,
Okay.
thank you.
So you're going to stitch a couple extra rows of red above so that when you turn this part over, you're not seeing canvas, you're just seeing the red of the pouch. So you're going to go 2-3 rows above the red. But then when you stitch your very velvet across with your couple extra rows, you've got to run one straight line across. You can't break it up. It has to be one straight line in order to lay your tram stitch with the silk straw. So the top red part will be crisscross Hungarian, and in the center of the crisscross Hungarian, you can do a French knot or a bead. After you've done your crisscross Hungarian, you go back and add the bead. And this would be where you would put the lasso stitch around the bead, because the bead would be off to itself. Then on the bottom, you're going to do that, what they call a burden stitch. It's a tram stitch. So you're going to do your fairy velvet on the horizontal, the full length of the bag, one stitch each way, back and forth. Then the best thing to do is to flatten out your silk straw, either with your finger or with a hot iron, and use a laying tool, and make sure you lay your horizontal silk straw very flat.
So you can use a laying tool or you can use a needle to lay it.
Use your
Either one.
finger, yes, a knitting needle, yeah. Then once you get this stitched, you're just going to set it aside. And then we will go through what to do with it in a couple of weeks. Any questions?
What did you call that stitch for the?
It's the burden stitch, the tram stitch, a burden tram stitch.
TRAM?
Yeah, it's the burden stitch.
Andrea, I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
You were talking about with the red going above. Is that on, if you're attaching the second piece of canvas, is that on the painted canvas?
No, you're going to stitch the painted canvas, because if you're looking at your Santa from the side, you can see inside the pouch. So you
Right,
need
that's what I'm asking.
Right.
When you said stitch above, it's not on the cutout piece, it's on the painted piece. Is that right?
You're gonna do both.
Okay,
Yeah, now you're going to do the extra rows just on the extra piece of canvas.
but would you do the extra rows on the sides and bottom to give it the room to pooch out, or is it all even on
Yes,
the top?
it will have to be expanded out. 2 rows on each side. And all the way around it has to, of your piece you're stitching, you have to expand it by at least 2 on each side all the way around.
Even on the top?
Yes, even on the top.
Okay,
Because the top will get folded over and glued to the back. So you want to be able to see red on the top of that folded over piece. You don't want to see canvas.
yeah, okay, that's what I wasn't understanding, that you fold it over.
Yeah, then we'll fold it over eventually, but you also want to stitch but you don't need to do the extra rows of your already painted canvas. Just stitch the red like it is.
Okay.
Yes.
The items that are hanging outside the basket, we're doing that separate?
Yes.
Yes. And that will be, I think I have one here.
Well, she has something different, so,
No,
Right.
but I get what you're doing.
Right.
yeah.
Yes.
Can you see, can you hold up one of the candy canes?
Oh, how cute. Is that beaded?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, that's so great. Okay, cool.
Yeah. And we can add them to, yeah, we can do whatever with your canvas as well, even though you've got a little bit of a different canvas. We'll see if there's something on there we can't do something on with a peyote too.
So I have quite a bit, like I have some holly, and then I have 2 little pears, and I have like a little bit of a garland. Should I stitch some of that actually on the pouch and leave like maybe just the pears to be extra?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
And then maybe where the pears would be, maybe just bead the pears.
Yeah. We'll bead those separate
Right, yes.
and add them. Okay. I'm going to come in on Saturday, Michelle. Maybe we can just kind of confirm.
I won't be here, but okay.
Oh, okay.
Sharon will, and I'll go
Okay.
over it with Sharon. And
Okay.
Andrea's back on Monday.
Oh, all right. I can come in next week. That's fine.
Okay.
I'll be there next Monday and Thursday, and if you need to meet you another day, just let me know.
No, I think Monday actually will work. That's the 14th.
Okay.
Yeah, I can probably do Monday. That sounds great.
So
Okay,
yes.
any other questions on this?
What did you say about stitching it on the back?
Okay, so you sketched out in ink where she has, you're gonna stitch on the opposite side. Does that make sense, Bev?
I'm sorry.
You should be able to see it on the other side.
Yeah.
So you'll just stitch on the other side of what you've drawn out.
Okay.
You don't want to see you don't want to see your markers because it's white, and you'll see the dark color if you don't turn it over on the clean canvas.
Okay, so just to reiterate, on the red section of the pouch, which is your top part of the pouch, you will stitch that twice. On the inside, feel free to do whatever you want to do, whether it's Kent or Hungarian or basket weave, it doesn't matter. And then on the outside one, the stitch that we chose was the Hungarian crisscross. Do that or something else if you choose, and then follow the directions for the white part only on the extra piece of canvas. Everybody good?
Michelle,
Yeah.
I do not have any very velvet and white.
Okay, well that you're getting.
Okay, good.
That's on your pile to go out today, so
Okay.
if that's all you need, that's awesome. That means I actually did something right.
Well, I haven't done anything right because I've been on the road constantly.
Oh.
So
Okay, so
I'm gonna
I'm
have a lot
gone
of
next
stuff.
week, Bev, so if there's anything else you need,
Now that'll be
Text
perfect
me.
catch-up time for me. I have
Yeah.
a question. What is this? What is this little case for?
that is a beading needle case.
Uh-huh,
So if you open it up, it's got a tacky side to it.
right.
When we get to the beading stuff, you're gonna be happy.
Okay, good. I just
Okay.
hadn't seen anything like that before.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I'm sure I'll be coming into the store. We're still in South Carolina. So
Okay.
I'll be coming in at some point to.
All right, Andrea's here next week and then I'm back the following week, but, yeah, and so this week you're gonna work on the SAC, you can work on the SAC plus getting caught up. And then what we'll do is for the next couple of weeks, we'll just get everybody hopefully caught up. And then what we'll do, we'll still do classes, but it will be basically catch up. And then when we feel that we're at a good point, we will go ahead and do the ribbon work in the technique for the beading. We just want to give people the opportunity to get caught up. And some people are ahead, and God bless you, because I'm not. But this will be a good opportunity to do that. So even though, and I know there was question about the fact that I only had classes listed till July 1st. Don't worry about that. We'll do as many classes as we need to do. It will help you along the way, no matter how long it takes you.
Michelle, I have a question about the belt.
Yes.
What are we supposed to be using for the belt? What thread?
The fireworks, number 13, it's really shiny. You should have gotten some of that. I'll send, you know what? Don't even.
I don't have any.
Because the essentials just came in yesterday, so I'll put it in your package.
Okay, yeah, I don't have that.
Okay,
Okay, thank you.
you're welcome. Anybody else have any questions?
I have a question.
Yes.
On the Berry Velvet, on the white, she said you run the first stitch all the way across. How do you do that when the red comes down in a point?
You'll have to do some compensating. You'll have to do some compensating on both stitches, whether it's the stitches going horizontal or the stitches going vertical. There will be some compensation.
But so you run it, you'll have little stitches there where the red is. You'll run it and stop and run it and stop and run it and stop.
Yes, you'll run it through the V's there. Yes.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Yes.
Okay, anybody else have questions? All right, we're good. So thank you, Andrea. I appreciate it.
Thank
I'm
you.
gonna get them.
Anybody in your room have questions?
I'm gonna get them all settled. So, good morning, ladies. I'll get them all settled.
Okay, call me
All
back
right.
if you need me.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.